It's Gary Trent Day, and Miami is in town. This is the Bobcat Sports Showcase. The rivalry continues with a twist. Welcome to the Bobcat Sports Showcase. I'm Grant Burkhart. A couple of events were already scheduled for this Saturday here at the Convocation Center. On top of Ohio men's basketball against Miami, a huge rivalry no matter when it happens in the year, it's Dad's Weekend as fathers flood the streets of Athens. But now, on top of all of that, one of the all-time best will see his jersey rise to the rafters.
Gary Trent, the Shack of the MAC.
He would have people double team him in a low post and hanging on both arms, and he would go up and dunk it with two people hanging on his arms, and come down and land on the floor and stare at him. And it was a pretty good spectacle.
I learned about work ethic. Coach Hunter was a stickler for work ethic, and he was a stickler for promptness. Working hard is a mindset. It's not something you turn on and off.
Trent is the only three-time Conference Player of the Year. He was only at Ohio for 3 years. You do the math. He was a 3-time MAC scoring champion, 2-time rebounding leader, and one of just 3 players in league history with at least 2,000 points and 1,000 rebounds. But despite all the success, Trent doesn't have one special moment that stands out.
I probably don't have one because the basketball memories that I have were all pinnacles to my life. You know, signing my scholarship was a pinnacle, and at that point in time in life, it would be just as important as getting drafted was a pinnacle point in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I think the pinnacle points in your life, to me, mean more than some game moments, you know, because you're gonna have plenty of games, but you're not gonna always have pinnacle points in your life.
A special player indeed. He even had his own rule.
Oftentimes I would say, okay, in huddle, Gary Trent rules in effect. What that meant was you couldn't shoot the basketball offensively until Gary Trent touched it. Our guys, they'd say, well, he's double teamed, we can't throw it in there. And I would tell them, well, just throw it in the area code, he'll catch it. He had such great hands.
Trent will become just the 5th person associated with Ohio men's basketball to have their name hang in the rafters at the Convocation Center. Number 20, Gary Trent, left his mark on Ohio basketball. Now it will be permanent when his jersey is honored tomorrow.
Welcome back to WOUB TV. This is the Bobcat Sports Showcase. You can follow us on Twitter at Bobcat Showcase or catch us online at woub.org/showcase. Ohio men's basketball's head coach, John Gross, is tough, and it's said that a team embodies the mentality of its coach. There's no better example for Ohio than its team captain. One of its team captains is Walter Offit. Blake Brody examines the redshirt junior's worth to this year's squad.
Toughness?
I'd say intense.
Most toughest plays on the team so far.
That's how his teammates describe the play of redshirt junior Walter Offit. Tough. A style of play that winning teams seem to always possess and what losing teams are seemingly always in search of. For Ohio, no player infuses toughness on the team quite like Walter Offit.
I'm all kind of natural being a wolf, tough on the ball, defends, nasty driver, slasher, big shot kind of guy.
He brings an energy and a toughness about him every day. He's one of those guys that I characterize as an everyday guy. I know what I'm getting with him. He's always going to compete. He's always going to play hard. And he's always locked in.
As one of 4 team captains, Offit is an indispensable player for the Cats by creating extra possessions for his team, by diving on loose balls, taking charges, or going strong to the rack. Offit's style of play motivates his teammates to play tough every possession.
Coach talks about that before every game, and I think when he does that, we all stand up on the bench and we just cheer him on and get loud with him.
You see Walt going, it's kind of hard not to give extra effort when one of your teammates is laying out like that or just, giving up everything he has. You got to follow up with something.
His coach talk about being more nasty, like throwing the first punch, being the aggressor. So the energy he brings to the table, it feeds off for everybody else to take their game to another level.
As a whole, Ohio has certainly raised their game another level. Led by the energy Offutt's infused into the program, the Bobcats are enjoying a wildly successful season, which saw the team sprint out to a program-tying best start in school history. And it's players like Offutt who can lead Ohio to a MAC championship.
That's what I want to be considered as not only a player in the MAC, but cross country, a nasty, tough-nosed player that just gets the job done. Doesn't really care how he gets the job done, he just gets it done.
We started the show with it, and we'll end the show with it too. Ohio is 7-2 against Miami, their rival, in this 2011-2012 sports season. But the rivalry extends farther than just one season or even one moment. We were curious, so we asked some Bobcats why the rivalry with Miami burns in them.
I could have gone to Miami, but I went to Vietnam instead. Thought it was the better choice.
The biggest rivalry in the history of anything I've ever been a part of.
Paths diverge when you choose Miami or Ohio.
Obviously, I learned to hate them.
I hate everything about it. I hate all my friends that go to Miami.
Their band is god awful. I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
We hate them, we really do, but I mean, how strong come out and it's a rivalry, you gotta hate your rival.
But whenever you line up and play Miami, whether it's in ping pong, checkers, or football or basketball, you want to beat them because they're our top rival.
Not only do we beat them 3 times, we shut them out 3 times.
We haven't lost to Miami since I started here. I don't have anything to do with it, but it's on my CV.
Anything Miami has, we do it 1 time or 2 times better.
The audacity of them to call themselves the culture of champions. If you're a true culture of champions, you don't need to say it.
Arrogant,
snotty,
North Face,
stuck up,
pop collars,
showy,
obnoxious,
Sperry's,
high maintenance,
and the list goes on. But I'll stop there.
I don't like what they stand for. I don't like the fact that they think that they are so much better.
Ever since I've walked onto this campus, I've felt the hostility.
I think if you would take a demographic look, they probably lead the nation in people named Buffy, Muffy, and Burl.
For some reason, you go to Miami, you just think you're elevated, like you're Harvard or Princeton, but you're not. You're Miami.
It's a little bit more about what you do with, the community that you choose. I choose Ohio.
The Red Hawks are in town. It's Dad's weekend and it's Gary Trent Day. Enjoy Saturday's game. We'll see you there. Thanks for watching again this week. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at Bobcat Showcase or catch us online at woub.org/showcase. We'll see you again next week. I'm Grant Burkhart. As always, and maybe more importantly this week, don't cut yourself. You'll probably bleed green. And if you do, try and bleed on a Red Hawk. See you next week.